Some people say that the nearly 90-degree climb of the F22 is very powerful, and thus they compare it with the climb of the J20. Of course, the reason these people do this is to belittle the J20 and, by the way, downgrade China. However, I think the nearly 90-degree climb of the F22 is just a flashy and useless move. This behavior of the F22 only deceives those who missed out on 9-year compulsory education. Why do I say this? Because the climb of the F22 can only be carried out under the condition of low speed and low load. Look at its actual climb process. In less than 5 seconds, the F22 levels off and the direction remains unchanged. Moreover, have you noticed that the F22 did not take this opportunity to perform a backflip maneuver to complete a circular arc flight? Because the pilot dare not. This is classified information. Don't think that the backflip circular arc flight is not as cool as the 90-degree climb. In fact, this is the most practical in war. The backflip circular arc flight can directly reflect the torque and turning performance data of the fighter jet. So no country will perform such a flight at an air show. Secondly, in the backflip maneuver, compared with the climb stage, the load borne by the pilot doubles in the descent stage, because in the downward process, the pilot has to bear the influence of the aircraft's acceleration and also the influence of gravitational acceleration. This is different from the return of a spaceship. The return of a spaceship usually adopts a uniform acceleration method for landing. At this time, we need to understand that the formation of the load is caused by the instantaneous change of acceleration. In fact, the spaceship does not have to bear much load. So many scientists can go to the space station with just a little training. But it's different for fighter jets. Try such an action in a supersonic flight state with the F22. See if the load doesn't crush you. In a low-speed attitude, it can only last for a few seconds. This indicates that this behavior is very exhausting for the pilot. Besides, the flight speeds of the F22 and the J20 at the air show are unknown. Anyone who has received 9-year compulsory education knows that without unified conditions, the climb postures of the two are not comparable. Don't you think so? Furthermore, nowadays, air defense missiles have a load of more than 10 G. Even if the F22 completes such a nearly 90-degree climb in a supersonic state, in the eyes of air defense missiles, it is still as slow as a snail. Showing off in front of an expert.